Hey, my name is Skylar Mansfield. I am the instructor for seminar and coaching offensive football. And I just wanted to touch base with you um, regarding the spreadsheet or the PowerPoint, whatever. So just going to go through this real quick and just kind of hit on some things. All right. So the first thing is I added the five aspects of coaching. And these are just my philosophy things of what I think, not what anybody else think. So these are all my ideas and just what I think. So number one is I think that you have to be knowledgeable. If you don't have the knowledge um, of the game, then it's kind of hard to be a coach. There's a lot of people that didn't play any football, but they come out to be great coaches because they study the game, they learn or they GA somewhere, and they just learn um, how to play the game and they learn some rules of the game and they learn some strategies and some philosophies. Um, and a good way to do that is to go to clinics and do a lot of on the job training stuff. Um, to gain knowledge about coaching. Um, if you're going to lead a program, then you need to be very organized because there's a lot of small things that go into it um, that you don't get to see on the TV or get to see in other capacities. So that's why I put you have to be extremely detail oriented because it's little minor things that can run a program. I'm also the athletic director, so there's a bunch of paperwork that I have to get done. And if I'm not paying attention to detail, or if I don't have a work schedule, or anything like that, then a lot of things that get overlooked can cause you fines, kids not be eligible to play, or it's some things that kind of cost you some ball games. Um, and you need to know that you must be organized before the first practice. Don't wait till the first practice or till game time to start getting stuff done. Start getting stuff way in advance because if you do not get it done in advance, time is not going to wait on you, and deadlines and stuff and dates are going to catch up, and you're not going to be well prepared. So make sure you begin preparing before the first practice or uh, before the first date. Um, the number one thing is you want to make sure that all of your players have equipment and you don't even know who's going to play just because they sign up don't necessarily mean that they're going to be there. So you want to make sure you do all this stuff in advance. And with the way that shipping and export and import stuff is going now, uh, you never know when you're going to get it. Stuff is 3 and 4 months out. Some stuff is about 6 to 7 months out. So you want to get everything ordered early. Um, Teaching. Um, I listen to a lot of guys talk, and they talk about the players don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So it doesn't matter what your philosophy, your X's and O's and stuff like that. Um, the players really don't care about any of that. You know they care about how much you really care about them, and just because you know the game front and back, in and out doesn't mean that you can get that point across to those kids. Because if you're dealing with high school kids or you're dealing with middle school or junior high kids, it's different trying to get that information to them because they're not going to learn the way you learn. You've had a wealth of knowledge and you're trying to get that information across to them. They're not going to pick it up as fast as you did, or they're not going to be putting in the work that you put in because they're not on the same level with you. So you got to be a great communicator to get that information across to your athletes. Um, the next thing is you got to be a motivator. A lot of coaches just go through the motion of earning that check, and they're not very motivated. So the one thing you have to be able to do, especially with today's age of kids, you have to be a motivator. And if you're not a motivator to those kids, then it's going to be hard to get them to do anything. it's already hard enough to get kids off video game. So if you're not willing to go above and beyond and be motivated to get a job done, it's going to be really, really difficult for you to get by to your kids. Um, a good motivator can elevate um, the level of play in a player. Uh, you know, I listen to Bear Bryant speak. If you don't know who Bear Bryant is, 1950s Alabama. Um, but he always talked about players elevating their game, and you know, the consistency among the game is being able to get that average player to play lights out every week. It don't matter if you have the best talent, because the old saying is um, hard work beats talent when talent don't work hard. So you have to find a way to motivate those players, and be enthused about practice, because it's gonna get boring sometimes, but you got to be that catalyst to make everything go. Um, strategy, um, you know, you got to understand. You got to understand the strategies and the game. The game of football is a manipulative game. Um, People try to manipulate your positions, try to manipulate everything. So um, you got to know how to use your knowledge and your preparation on game day. If you don't have a plan, if you haven't prepped, and then you get to the game, it's too late. So also build your game plan on your strengths and weakness of your team. If you know your team weak somewhere, you need to. Those are the things you need to work on. If you know teams are going to exploit whatever your weakness is, then you need to find a way to minimize that weakness, but use your strengths to your advantage.